fire, fire, fire. Killdozer, Rampage of 2004. Can I have a kidney? No. No, my kidneys are needed. I piss way too much.
Friday, June 4th, 2004. An Air Force veteran settling down in the small town of Granby, Colorado, quickly found himself at his breaking point after losing a decade-long legal battle to a powerful family dynasty who took his land and ran his muffler shop out of business. To enact revenge, the welder fortified a bulldozer into a homemade tank and set out to destroy the small town that took everything from him, resulting in a response from the Army National Guard and an Apache helicopter.
You had to take me on en masse. Well, I'm going to take you on by myself.
Nobody got hurt, right? Right? I don't remember this because it was a long time ago. This was like when I was a kid. Nobody? Yeah, only him. Yeah, I'm counting like, you know, not him.
In 1992, an auction was held in the small town of Granby, Colorado, in which a foreclosed 2-acre property was to be sold to individual bidders. And Cody Dochev, a powerful Colorado businessman, saw an opportunity to expand some of his business, with plans to buy and build a state-of-the-art concrete plant for his company, Mountain Park
Walmart too.
But to Dochev's surprise, there was another man who had his eye on the foreclosed property. Air Force veteran and Granby newcomer Marvin Heemeyer, who outbid Dochev and secured the 2-acre property for $42,000 to build a muffler shop and expand his welding business. A frustrated Dochev confronted Marv and advised him that the town of Granby doesn't need another car garage, to which Marv advised Dochev that the property was his for $60,000. But Dochev declined his offer and refused to give in to the blue-collar outsider. Marv left the auction with no idea what was to come. The outsider had inadvertently derailed the plans of one of Granby's most prominent and powerful families, and the Dochevs were sure to never let him forget. By the late summer of 1992...
Why is it always something to do with being a rich mafia family, man? Why is it always that?
Marvin Heemeyer settled in to his new hometown of Granby. He renovated the 2-acre property and built a large warehouse to serve as his body shop.
Sky King have the same
shortly after, Mountain View Mufflers was officially open for business. His neighbors at Mountain Park Concrete weren't too pleased, among them Cody Dochev. And in the months to follow, the Dochev secured a loan and offered Marv $250,000 for the 2-acre property.
That's a lot of money for 2 acres.
Marv reportedly raised the price to $375,000 and again to $1 million.
He didn't cave? This guy is such a Chad. $1 million and he doesn't care? He's like, no.
Further agitated.
1992? Oh yeah.
A few weeks later, Marv received a letter from the town of Granby informing him that his property sewage wasn't up to code. He assumed the problem wouldn't take much work and inquired on how and where to hook up his sewage lines. But to his surprise, the lines were located nearly 500 feet from his property, and with him being responsible for the materials, construction, and months of labor, Marv was shit out of luck with a $100,000 estimate just to connect his sewage. And to add even more red tape, Marv's property didn't even have a maintenance easement. And because the easement would traverse property lines, Marv had to seek the approval of his neighbors over at Mountain Park Concrete, directly from Gus Harris and Cody Dochev.
$1 million doesn't mean much long term. I disagree, man. $1 million is a lot. A lot of people could retire in $1 million. I don't know. I kind of disagree. Especially with investments and shit.
Marv went straight to the board of the sewer district, run by another Granby family dynasty, Ron Thompson, a friend of Dochev's and brother of Granby Mayor Dick Thompson. And like Dochev, Ron Thompson wasn't too keen on outsiders like Marv. Thompson gave him an ultimatum: $90,000 to get his sewage ordeal fixed and up to code, or remain unconnected and face the consequences. Left with no choice, Marv refrained from connecting his sewage with hopes of finding a cheaper alternative in the future. And by November of that year, Marv returned to the sewage board and demanded easement, and settled a deal with Gus Harris to traverse his property at $20,000 per acre. But in the weeks to follow, Gus Harris ghosted Marv and failed to honor his word, forcing Marv's sewage to remain unconnected for several months. And the months became years, and by 1998, the Dochevs decided to move forward with their construction plans of a massive indoor concrete plant. Marv resisted, but wanted to maintain a cordial relationship with the Dochef, but he was inevitably forced to act, as the Dochefs intended on building in the southwest portion of Marv's property, where Marv had already planned on building a large parking lot for his customers. The Dochefs applied for and received a bizarre location-specific zoning permit that exempts certain plots of land from zoning laws if the purpose of rezoning falls into specific categories.
Dude, this is why you should never get into these businesses. Finding these people is impossible unless you have equivalent, like the equivalent wealth of them. They will always try to bully you out. I don't blame the Killdozer guy for what he's about to do.
By the time he figured it all out, Marv was well past the 30-day deadline to appeal the decision.
Absolutely.
Construction vehicles and operations blocked off the only road to the muffler shop, and Marv began to lose customers. Out of desperation, Marv purchased a Komatsu bulldozer to make his own road for his customers, but he was shut down by Town Hall. And by November of 2002, a judgment was made against Marv for failing to connect his sewer line. The court ordered
Judgment Day is coming. Yeah.
That the muffler shop remained closed, and with the Dochef denying easement, Marv was found in violation and was fined $100 a day until he connected his sewage. On November 17th of 2003, Marv wrote a check for the amount of $3,351, which he addressed to the Cowards and Liars Department. After having
Based Coward and Liars Department
felt completely violated by the Dochefs and their shady political dealings.
This guy's
he lawyered up
insane.
and took the town of Granby to court, but failed yet again and was punished for it, as the town turned around and reimposed additional fines of up to $1,000 for leaving abandoned vehicles on the rezoned property. And to add fuel to the fire, a local Granby newspaper wrote an editorial piece speaking poorly of Marv interfering with the Dochef's business, as if
Bro. Yeah, I can see if this happened to me. I don't know, man. Killdozer,
Marv was
perhaps.
the bad guy. He was now stuck in a situation he had no way out of. A useless
so
property,
fucked.
zero income, and his property and belongings were
finest.
auctioned off. His direction and hopes for the future were in his mind stolen. What once was a dream became a nightmare. He truly believed that the town of Granby maliciously conspired against him.
They did, though. They did conspire!
Because the town of Granby perceived to have conspired against him. And that's what officials in Granby will never understand.
Man.
Whether or not they had malicious intent. If you carry the tools to break a man and present yourself as the villain, perception is reality. And in April of 2004, in Marv Heemeyer's reality, revenge trumped forgiveness as he fortified half-inch steel plates insulated with concrete on the bulldozer.
I have had a perfect life up until 1999. By
He's not being a coward. He took it into his own hands,
doing
man.
what I'm doing.
Oh shit. The Killdozer.
Good morning, Colorado.
It's great to get started with you.
Good morning, Colorado starts your day with what you need. Updating.
The Killdozer! Dude, this footage is so old. Holy shit. I forgot what it's like to film things in 2004.
Can you take us through it chronologically so people get a sense? I know
160? No, this is generous. This is like 80p.
Marv took the dozer straight through the Mountain Park concrete plant. His arch nemesis Cody Dochef tried to stop the onslaught by ramming Marv's Killdozer with a wheel tractor scraper, but retreated once Marv opened fire through one of 3 gun ports installed on the Killdozer. Once the concrete plant was successfully demolished, he moved on to Town Hall.
They really tried, man. They really did. They tried to stop him.
Next, he destroyed the Granby newspaper office that slandered his name. Police responded to the chaos and had no means to stop the dozer. Their futile attempts to open fire and pierce the fortified shell proved useless.
Police couldn't stop the slow-moving bulldozer, which was armored with heavy iron plates welded in place of windows.
Using cameras installed on the top of the shell, Marv was able to maneuver and return fire toward police. Officer Glenn Traynor of the Granby Police Department rushed the Killdozer and climbed atop the shell in an attempt to find an opening, but to his surprise, the entire shell was welded shut as one 50.
Dude, that is so smart too. Like, not even a single opening.
Piece. Marv Heemeyer had no way out and purposefully lowered the shell over himself to commit to his plans, sealing himself inside. Then Colorado State Governor Bill Owens requested the National Guard to dispatch an Apache attack helicopter, as well as troops
An Apache helicopter! And they still couldn't stop him!
equipped with Javelin anti-tank missiles.
He is just headed westbound again. This is Tate. He is again headed westbound into the downtown area.
This is the epitome of getting one guide. This is what it feels like to be a streamer getting one guide. The entire stream starts diverting to this Killdozer.
There, they have taken out a radiator. He doesn't stop.
So
And while
good.
striking a hardware store,
Love
the
it.
Killdozer turtled between the foundation and the basement,
One.
leaving the dozer stuck. And after 2 hours of pure carnage,
Oh,
a SWAT
shit.
team approached the dozer and reported hearing the sound of a single gunshot from within, as Marvin Hemar, with no way out and no means to free the dozer, took his life.
He went out. Yeah. He did what he had to do, man. 07, for sure.
After hours of
fuck
trial and
him.
error,
Why would you rot in jail? Like, if I had like a meltdown like that, yeah, honestly, not like, I don't know. I would rather not rot in jail.
authorities
I'm
were able
good.
to break open
Being
the shell
painted as a
using an
villain, even though I'm
oxyacetylene
not.
cutting torch and recovered Marvin Hemar's body at approximately 2 a.m.
I understand the logic.
The Killdozer was demoed, and its components were destroyed and dispersed between several junkyards. The Rampage caused an estimated $7 million in property damage, and nobody was killed or injured during the incident, apart from Marvin Hemar.
That's crazy.
Leading up to the incident, Marv gave away all of his financial assets to his friends and family, and left various
He knew. So it's kind of like an actual suicide mission without telling anyone.
notes behind for his friends and his enemies.
Enemies.
It was perceived that Marv was
Yes, destroy
sabotaging
them.
Dochev's business plans, and not the other way around. And no matter how you look at it, perception is reality.
Ooh. Ooh. That was strong.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. There's a lot more mini documentaries in the works, and you don't want to miss it. So make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you
That's a good
guys
one.
in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Clampers! I might have had my extension turned up way too hard. Hold on. No, it's not. I guess the sound mixing in this video is kind of ass. Regardless, nice video. Clampers. Oh, yeah.